Sliding lunge from Zaccagni for Lazio to regain possession. They now can knock it around their back line for the first time. So we've seen the first opening minute has all been Atalanta passing it between their defence, but now Lazio on the ball forward towards Noslin in the centre circle. His pass is wasteful and given away. We've seen one or two players slip on the slick surface here at the New Balance Arena. So Atalanta have it again, knocking it around between their defenders, sending it up towards the halfway line. Now, as it is with Bernasconi, infield towards Ederson. Sprays a cross-field ball all the way over towards Zappacosta on this near side. He plays it back to Scalvini. Zappacosta has it again, just over the halfway line. Plays a long ball forward, trying to get to Ketelaere into action. But he's been snuffed out by Tavares in the left fullback role. First time that we've seen a sense of urgency from Atalanta as they've looked to shift the ball from left to right, and they're now doing it from right to left. Through ball forward, but a misplaced pass, and it's going to go all the way to Eduardo Motta in the Lazio goal, only making his 7th appearance since joining from Reggiana in January. Coming in, thrust into the starting 11 immediately, given even Provedel's injuries. Heavy contact there, and the referee's going to blow it a foul. Kolasinac just bringing down Patrick in the middle of the park. Lazio free kick. About 5 yards away from the halfway line. Ball still in Lazio territory. So it's played back into defence and forward again now. And on the turn is Basic. Finds Noslin. Noslin through ball down the right-hand side into the channels. Can we see across? It comes in. It's low, but it's not going to get past the first post or Jim City. Manages to clear. Promising move, though, down the right-hand side for Lazio. It was 2 one-touch passes that freed up the channels. Will be a throw into Lazio, level with the penalty area on the far side. Promising position for them. Long throw goes in towards the edge of the area. Noslin knocks it on towards Taylor. Taylor couldn't quite get on the end of it, but Lazio do regain possession. They pick up the second ball. It's a little bit scrappy. And the ball finds its way all the way back to Eduardo Motta in his highlighter pink strip. Long sleeves as well. Ball goes forward up towards the halfway line. Finds Cancellieri. Comes infield. Cancellieri prods it back towards Bassett. Crossfield pass across the penalty area towards Tavares as play switches from right to left for Lazio. Now Zaccagni chips it forward, and Nuno Tavares didn't continue his run. The ball is picked up comfortably by Berat Dijim City. The Albanian plays it short pass forward to Martin Darun. Martin Darun, who is the record appearance holder for Atalanta, to Charles de Ketelaere. Great through ball up towards Kostovic. But Motta had to be quick off his line there to cut that pass out, and does so well. In the meantime, he also clips into a fellow Lazio defender. De Ketelaere, beautifully weighted ball right into the path of Nikola Kostovic. It was a well-timed clearance from Gila of Lazio as we see the first corner to come. Atalanta will have it on this near side. It's the right-hand side of their area. Cross comes in now, headed away first time towards the back post. Unconvincingly, but now Lazio have it underfoot and they can clear as the outside of the boot pass up towards Zaccagni is misplaced, and now Atalanta can come again on the far side with Zalewski. Has to turn back, he's run into trouble, and it goes all the way back to the Jim City in the centre circle, but in the Atalanta half. Forward pass up towards Darun. Back to Jim City, now Ederson. Darun plays it out to his right, forward pass towards Zappacosta, who dinks it down the line towards De Ketelaere. De Ketelaere Step overs once, tries to beat his man, comes inside, cross towards the far post, header flicked on by Zalewski, but it is wide, and a goal kick to Lazio. First time that we've seen an effort on goal. Zalewski rose well, but I think Gila just did enough to put off his man. In fact, it was Marosic at the back post, just did enough to put off the head of Nikola Zalewski. Goal kick played short. Lazio will look to play out from the back. Gila trying to release the ball. He's run into trouble and giving it away though to Bernasconi. Atalanta have it back, but they opt to play backwards and go back into their half. It's now with Darun, who pokes it back to Scalvini. Plays it into the right fullback role where he finds Zappacosta. Back to Scalvini in his bright orange boots. Crossfield pass from right to left. Beautifully controlled and brought down by Bernasconi as he looks to release Zalewski. But it's cut out by Lazio, and they do win a throw-in. Atalanta straight away into the box. And Zalewski couldn't quite control it, lost it under his own momentum. And Lazio get it clear. Only as far as Kolasinac. Finds Darun to Scalvini. In towards De Ketelaere. Zappacosta wide right. De Ketelaere continues his run, but he opts to go inside to Scalvini. Short pass infield. Kostovic turns, left-footed strike. It was weak. Cleared away. He does win the second header. But Lazio do get it clear eventually, and it's now with Noslin. But he's run into trouble. Zalewski will have a pop from distance, but it's taken a deflection. It's bobbled. And in fact, Eduardo Motta couldn't parry it and gather it safely, and he has to pass it out for a throw-in in the end. A shaky start from the 21-year-old in the Lazio goal. Did make the save, but he couldn't clear it properly. Zappacosta now with a throw-in on this near side, 5 yards away from the corner flag. Scalvini begging for it as a short option, but Zappacosta goes to send it long, but doesn't get past the first man, and it's a wasted opportunity. But Atalanta do recover as Noslin can't keep it under control. Kolasinac plays it out to Ederson. The cross comes in. Free header, but cleared away and punched by Motta. And it ricocheted off of Zalewski, who can only side-foot it back gratefully into Motta's arms. It was Kolasinac who nearly had the free header. So far up the pitch from the centre-back. And the resulting goal kick concedes possession, but Lazio have won it back and Noslin can't control it, can't get his foot on the ball at the moment. It's like trying to play with a bar of soap. It's just slipping all over him and he cannot get his foot on it. And he's been released now. First time pass or knockdown from him. He takes contact, Noslin, and stays down as Nuno Tavares takes heavy contact but regains possession. Starting to get a little bit spicy. 2 Lazio players down. Free kick for Lazio to come. Wide left. But it's Noslin and Zaccagni are the 2 players who are on the floor. The referee's just got a bit of tidying up to do. We just see some of those again. Scalvini going in hard on Zaccagni. Felt the full force of that challenge. In fact, it's Scalvini who's at fault for both challenges there. And I think Atalanta felt they should have had a free kick themselves when Ederson would haul down, and quite rightly had a case for it. It was Patrick who had a fistful of the Brazilian's shirt. But Ederson's back on his feet. Noslin's back on his feet, and the only person we're still waiting for now is Mattia Zaccagni. The Italian just receiving some treatment. He has scored a goal in the Coppa Italia so far this season, just the one. That was against Milan. But an important goal all the same. Just gives everybody here an opportunity to take on some fluid. It's 10 minutes into this game, 10 minutes into this second leg in the Coppa Italia semi-final between Atalanta and Lazio. It's 0-0 on the night, but 2-2 on aggregate. This is a promising position for Lazio. It's just on this wide left-hand side. In fact, Gianni Noslin's been told to leave the field for a moment, and he's going to come back on surely in time for this free kick. We'll have to wait and see, but it's going to be sent in. Cross comes in, it's low, it's headed away by Ederson at the near post and cleared, and he's gone back down again. There's another player down. Referee's allowing play to continue. Well, no, he's blown. So now we have two Atalanta players on the floor. It's all gotten a bit bitty at the moment. It's Kolasinac and Ederson who find themselves on the turf here at the New Balance Arena. Ederson headed clear. He's obviously still feeling the effects from the challenge earlier. A bit concerning that he wasn't under any pressure. Slight stumble after the header. Side Kolasinac also down, but I don't think that Ederson's going to be able to continue here. As gives Raffaele Palladino just an opportunity to speak to his men in black and blue shirts. He's going to be turning to his bench, surely. Ederson does not look fit to continue. You're starting to see some of the replays, and Kolasinac went down as he had a firm arm in the back of his head. He'll be alright, made of stern stuff. The Bosnian. Ederson still down on the turf. Ederson, he scored a penalty against Lazio in the league in February. That was a 2-0 win in the Serie A. But 2 months ago. Hasn't lit up the Coppa Italia so far. Ederson has left the field. The referee's given the ball to Berat Djimsiti. Play has continued, but Ederson is off the field at the moment. I'm sure he will rejoin shortly. He's going to be one to keep an eye on, and in fact he's returned onto the field now as Atalanta still have the ball in their own half. 30 yards out from goal. Ball with Scalvini in the right centre-back position as they now go from right to left. Atalanta taking their time. They've seen a lot of the ball so far this evening. It's been Lazio who have struggled to gain possession. Scalvini has it now. He's put under pressure immediately by Kenneth Taylor. Scalvini does manage to find the pass, and the back three of Atalanta, Scalvini, Djimsiti and Kolasinac, are seeing a lot of the ball, and Martin de Roon now drops deep to retrieve it, but only to pass it back to Kolasinac. Forward pass up now to Bernasconi. To Kolasinac. Lazio starting to press just a little bit tighter, trying to make something happen, trying to force a mistake. Atalanta unfazed, happy to keep the ball. Now Zappacosta receives it here in the wide right position, under pressure from Taylor. Passes back to Scalvini. Ball goes back over the halfway line into the Atalanta territory. Forward it comes now towards De Roon. Scalvini, cute pass forward to De Ketelaere. Finds Zappacosta. It's a really neat pass from Scalvini, threading it through the eye of a needle almost, as he now sends a crossfield ball that's going to be headed out for a corner. Marusic, unconvincingly and not under pressure. Could have been a bit of better communication between him and his goalkeeper. They concede the corner. In fact, it's Atalanta's patient build-up that's forced an error. Corner from Zalewski to come. It's short. Finds Bernasconi. Back to Zalewski. Goes in near post. The flick on does not work. Lazio can now break with it. It's down on the floor. Great pass forward up towards Taylor, but he's not going to get there. He's lost out to Zappacosta, who wins it and knocks it back to his goalkeeper, Carnesecchi, wearing all slate grey, bar his white boots. Bright white boots, and it's now at the feet of the Atalanta back three again, as they have done so far this match and played it between the three of them. Now up towards Zappacosta, knocks it back to Scalvini. Atalanta, you'd have thought, would want to be making the most of this possession and trying to get their noses in front early on. As we said, this is a real opportunity for them to find some form and to find European form, as that's what they're hoping to achieve at the end of this season, as it looks not impossible in the league, as Zappacosta finds De Roon. Now to De Ketelaere in the wide right position. He gets towards the penalty area, left-footed cross in, headed away there by Lazio to the edge of the area. Scalvini heads it back in. Headed away, though, by Basic. Up it goes, and Marusic, just a little nudge in the back of an Atalanta player who hits the ground hard. It was Zalewski. Lazio get it clear. Throw in, though, from Atalanta on the far side, which is taken quickly, and they quickly transition from left to right. Martin de Roon now has it in the centre of the field. Forward ball from Scalvini, intercepted, and a slip on the turf from Patric. Hands Atalanta possession. Now De Ketelaere has it with Zappacosta ahead of him. He's been released. Zappacosta, cross comes in. It's weak, but it's cleared out. And it will be another corner for Atalanta. Zappacosta, you feel, should have done better there with his delivery, but he won't mind. He's got the corner. But can they do something with it here? Atalanta in complete control on the possession stats, yet to make anything of it. Cross comes in, near post, flicked away though by a Lazio defender, only as far as de Roon. Cross comes in, Bernasconi to the back post, headers in by Scalvini and onto the roof of the net and over. Goal kick, Lazio. Lazio yet to impose themselves onto this game. They've not done too badly in Coppa Italia so far. They've beaten Milan 1-0 and Bologna on penalties to get to this stage. But the two goal scorers in the first leg not in the starting 11 this evening, so we'll see how they get used later on, if they do at all. Noslin plays it forward up the line towards Cancellieri, who's been fairly quiet with the Sky Blues this evening. Play goes all the way back to Lazio's goalkeeper Motta. And you can instantly see the press from Atalanta is far more convincing than the one from Lazio. But a lovely turn though from Taylor to find some space, but he hasn't got many options. Trying to find Noslin, finds him now. Cancellieri runs on, Noslin flicks it back. Great sliding tackle there from Jim City to dispossess Noslin. Atalanta can come away with it, switching play. Zappacosta first time, side foot pass to Scalvini, to de Roon, back to Zappacosta. Wonderful bit of triangle, first time passing. Zappacosta can trot forward, but he meets Kenneth Taylor and has to go back. Scalvini finds his centre-back partner. And Ederson can play it forward to Bernasconi, and Zalewski does incredibly well to win a throw-in, but seems to take contact though by Marusic. He's gone down again, Zalewski. He's been on the turf a few times this evening. He is dangerous. Zalewski, the man who joined from Inter last summer, a 17 million euro switch. But Atalanta have the throw-in. It's taken it quickly, and it's switched from left to right now with Scalvini in the right fullback position. Charles De Ketelaere didn't start in the first leg, but in tonight. Now Ederson playing it forward towards Bernasconi. Back towards Klasinac. Ederson has been fairly quiet since receiving a bit of treatment. He is fine, seems to be moving well. Bernasconi, lovely first time touch to give himself some space. Cross comes in, it's over everybody. Nuno Tavares can take a touch, but his second one is to launch it straight up into the Bergamo sky. Concedes possession. Ederson can poke it back, and Martin de Roon, wearing the captain's armband, can come away with it and spray it out to this right hand side where he finds Zappacosta. There's a short pass backwards towards Scalvini. He looks to try and find Bernasconi on the far side, cut out there by Marusic. Now with Gila, plays it back to his goalkeeper Motta, who sends it long. Noslin does very well to withstand the challenge from Jim City, but he's lost out in the end, as now Zalewski can come forward. Pings it out to his left where he finds Bernasconi. Cross comes in, its shot comes wide. Fantastic follow-up effort from Zalewski. It was headed down into his path, but he couldn't direct it goalwards. A great effort and great movement on this left-hand side from Atalanta. The cross from Bernasconi, headed down by Charles de Ketelaere. It took a deflection off of Gila in the end. First time effort. Lovely weighted header, prodded into the path of Zalewski, but it's another corner for Atalanta. In fact, Nikola Zalewski will take it. It's about 6 Atalanta players forward in the box. 3 lurking at the edge of the area. Cross comes in, punched away by Motta, only as far as Zappacosta, who will strike, and it's well high over the bar. And the Italian is not going to be wanting to watch that one back. It's a first time strike. He didn't catch it cleanly, could have waited for it to sit just a little bit lower before striking, but did have defenders on him fairly quickly. The goal kick is taken short and Motta sends it long up towards the halfway line. Flicked on by Zaccagni into the path of Cancellieri, who's barged down and is dispossessed. Now Marco Canasecchi in the Atalanta goal has it. Plays it forward to Berat Djimisiti. Kolasinac, Djimisiti, back to Canasecchi. Atalanta not in any real hurry to get things moving. Very happy to bide their time. With Scalvini in the right fullback position. Upfield towards Zappacosta in his bright yellow boots. Ball has gone from right to left with now Ederson turns. First time pass forward, trying to make something happen, but he passes it straight out for a throw on the far side, which Adam Marasic will take quickly. He throws it back to his goalkeeper and he gets the best of Nikola Kostovic, who was sliding in. Very composed there from the Italian goalkeeper. Long ball forward is Lazio looking to get forward. Noslin with a flick. Couldn't quite find Cancellieri. And now Atalanta can come again. Coming forward, Kolasinac finds Bernasconi on the left-hand side. Cross comes in. It's headed on by Kolasinac and wide. It was the header of Kostovic, actually. Wonderful ball in again from Lorenzo Bernasconi. Lurking at the back post for Zappacosta. Couldn't quite get there in time. Atalanta, when they do get forward, the deliveries and the final ball is good. There's just nobody on the end of it. Goal kick to Lazio. Just seeing a few images of head coach Maurizio Sarri patrolling the touchline and rather menacing demeanour. It's his second stint at Lazio. Very familiar to everybody in Serie A. Also had that stint at Chelsea. We've had the news this evening that manager Liam Rossigna has been relieved of his duties there. Sarri was a Europa League winner with Chelsea his time there, but he'd be hoping to add the Coppa Italia to his list of trophies. If Lazio can make their way into the final on the 13th of May, and it'll be a home final for them, as it is going to be held at the Stadio Olimpico in Rome. All out on this near side, halfway through the Atalanta half, and Zappacosta will throw it back towards goal, and Kolasinac will switch it over towards Bernasconi, being charged down by Basic. Finds Ederson. Bernasconi receives it. Now sprinting down the touchline. He's got Marasic in front of him. Has to stop and check back. Got 3 sky blue shirts in front of him, and he manages to work a pass into space and find Djimisiti, but it unfortunately for Atalanta fans has gone backwards. Very happy and comfortable in possession, the Nerazzurri. Zappacosta on the right on the halfway line. Short 2-yard pass towards Martin Zerun. Now Ederson turns with his socks low down his legs, as many footballers like to do in this day and age. Scalvini steps inside, but he's under pressure though from Zaccagni. run out of options. He's looking for a wide outlet, and Zappacosta isn't there at this time. Darun finds Kolasinac. Now Bernasconi in the left full-back position. Atalanta, as they have been doing all game long so far, passing it between themselves at the back. 26 minutes gone. Atalanta 0, Lazio 0 on the night. But of course it is 2-2 in the tie, and a pass has been given away. It's Cancellieri, takes a strike from distance. It deflects off of Kolasinac, and it's gone out for a throw-in. Matteo Cancellieri pouncing on a loose ball, trying to make something happen. In the end, has won a throw-in. Just a few words being spoken between Charles de Ketelaere and Berat Jimsiti. Just between themselves. I think de Ketelaere's asking for a bit more service as Atalanta now on the back foot. Lazio come forward. It's with Taylor. Couldn't quite find Noslin. But Patrick has it. Sprays it out wide towards Nuno Tavares in the wide left position. The first time he's really gotten forward. Makes the byline. Gets a cross in, but it's blocked by Zappacosta and will go out for a throw-in. 2-3 yards away from the corner flag here on this near side. Lazio's left. Nuno Tavares throws it in. Short towards the penalty area. Patrick has it now. This is the first time that Lazio have had any form of sustained pressure. Tavares' pass is deflected. There's a few passes between the likes of Taylor and Patrick. This is good from Lazio, the first time that they've had their foot on the ball, really. It's Basic now with Marasic. But it's gone all the way back towards Motta, who sends it long, high into the sky. Noslin under being sort of bear hugged from behind by Jimsiti. And now Lazio have lost it. But the linesman's flag has gone up as Kostovic was in an offside position. So he was trying to find Zalewski on the far side. Don't think he was ready and expecting it, as it was a deflected pass that sort of came into his own path. So he was jogging back from an offside position. He wasn't really expecting it to come his way. 29 minutes gone. Atalanta 0, Lazio 0. Long ball forward from goalkeeper Eduardo Motta again. Concedes possession. Motta, quite a remarkable story really for the 21-year-old. Joined in January. He's only played 30, this being his 31st senior appearance since moving up through Reggiana system. A lot of faith being shown by head coach Maurizio Sarri in this youngster. He's done fairly well. He's only conceded 3 goals and has 3 clean sheets in those 6 Serie A games. He's done fairly well since going between the sticks. Atalanta have it, passing it between themselves at the back, but it's gone forward now. Misplaced pass there from Bernasconi, and Patrick can send Basic on his way now. Cancellieri, wide right, skips past, or tries to skip past, said Kolasinac, and he's hauled down, and it's our first yellow card of the evening. Sire Kolasinac with a cynical, sliding, lunging challenge on Matteo Cancellieri. He's the first name in the book. He will have to be careful now. But if you're Lazio, you're thinking that is an area to exploit. But no doubts in the referee's mind that that was going to be a booking. 30 minutes gone, half an hour in this game played. Free kick, wide right. 25 yards or so out, but almost on the far touchline for Lazio. It's going to be swung across the box. It is. Header by a Lazio player at the near post, but headed high and wide. It was Toma Basic. It was the first sky blue shirt there. Couldn't direct it goalwards, and in fact Atalanta got this in play very quickly. Not quite trying to catch Lazio on the break as they're doing so incredibly slowly, but just looking to play positively. But the crossfield pass from Martin Darun towards Bernasconi is wayward and he concedes a throw in on the far side. It's thrown in quickly by Marasic. Now Gila can play forward towards Basic, but it's a poor pass. He concedes possession, but now Lazio have won it back. Noslin, this looks promising. Cancellieri on that far right-hand side. He's got Bernasconi to beat. Cancellieri towards the penalty area. Swings in the cross, took a deflection, but it's gone high and wide over everybody. And Zaccagni can retrieve it. Finds Tavares. Thought about the cross. Opts to find Zaccagni, who's wide left. Zaccagni has options in front. Finds Noslin on the turn. Lays it off towards Tomek. Tomo Basic. Cancellieri plays it out wide towards Marasic. Holds it up. Cross comes in. Deflection. Corner ball for Lazio. Well, they've not had a lot of the ball, but when they have, they've tried to be as clinical as possible. They've tried to be as quick in possession as possible, particularly when they've been in that attacking third. But it will be Lazio's first corner of the game to Atalanta's 5. What can they do with it here? 32 minutes gone. It's going to be coming in from the right-hand side. 5 Lazio players forward, 4 in the 6-yard box. In fact, there's 5 in the 6-yard box because one is directly on the post. I think that's Adam Marasic. He's on the penalty spot. It's Gila right on the post, and the referee's just going to have a few words as Martin de Roon just caught up with Cancellieri. They're just having a word, and the referee's just calling the pair of them over. Martin de Roon just having a big fistful of sky blue shirts. Just a few heads coming together, but nothing untoward. Corner comes in now towards the near post, flicked on at the feet of a Lazio player, but it's poor pass from Gila in the end. And he's lost out, and Atalanta can clear only as far as Eduardo Motta, who's halfway through the Lazio half. Gets played back underway, passing it forward towards Tavares. Now Taylor right on the halfway line, playing a few 1-2s with Patrick. Forward from Romagnoli towards Tavares. Chips it down the line towards Zaccagni, who wins a free kick. Scalvini was incredibly forceful in the back. Mattia Zaccagni wins the free kick. Get things underway quickly, Lazio. Kenneth Taylor and Romagnoli playing a few passes between the two of them to create some space, and Motta has it now in the Atalanta penalty box. In the Lazio penalty box. That would be quite something if he had it there. Long ball high and forward from Motta, but concedes possession as Bernasconi knocks it up towards De Ketelaere. Now it's Zappacosta. He's got some space. Winds up a shot, but drags it wide. That's not going to trouble anybody. Goal kick to Lazio. A few words, though, from Nikola Kostovic. He's not had much in the way of service this evening. The one headed effort took a deflection out for a corner, but otherwise hasn't seen the ball all that much. Poor pass, though, from Romagnoli, who then takes a heavy nudge in the back from Kostovic as he was trying to shepherd that ball out for a goal kick. Romagnoli really felt the full force there. Reeked of frustration from the Montenegro international Nikola Kostovic. The goal kick has been taken. Nuno Tavares finds Tijani. Noslin, slightly sloppy in possession, is lost out again, and Zappacosta, his forward pass is cut out by Romagnoli, and Patrick can spray it out wide towards Marasic. Back across the Lazio line towards Gila. Now Romagnoli. Long ball forward up to the halfway line, cut out by Jim City, flicked on by Edison, cleared though by Gila to Noslin, who again is very sloppy in possession but does win a free kick. He had an option on but was trying to lift it up and over the top of an Atalanta player. It was better Jim City, and in the end just clattered into him. Just seeing the replay, and Noslin, in fact, takes an elbow to the chin, untoward. It was very by mistake. Football is, of course, a contact sport. Often doesn't feel like it with free kicks given, and oh, that definitely was contact there on Ederson. Cancellieri will receive a yellow card. That was late. Really caught the Brazilian's heels there. Cancellieri straight into the book, no hesitations. Just as we see the replay, Cancellieri certainly went through Ederson and almost caught him as Ederson came down. Wasn't a huge amount in it in the end, actually. Might feel slightly aggrieved to have been put in the referee's book, Cancellieri, but it was reckless all the same. Now, Noslin has it on the turn for Lazio halfway through the Atalanta half. Misses out. A wonderful sliding challenge from Jim City, and it's gone all the way back towards Carnesecchi. The Atalanta goal now out into the left full-back position, where it's with Bernasconi, who plays it back to the goalkeeper. Can now do a cross-field pass up towards Zappacosta. Controls it well, but sprays it into the middle of the field instead of going forward. Now Derun. Scalvini back to Derun. Forward and wide towards Charles de Ketelaere, who really hasn't seen much of the ball. Now forward pass up towards Ederson. Now left towards Bernasconi. Being stood up though by Cancellieri. Bernasconi comes infield and finds Jim City. Now with Zappacosta on the wide right. Cuts inside. He's got Tavares in front of him. Passes beyond him to find de Ketelaere. Scalvini is forward, tries to play it forward. Takes a deflection back off of himself, and he can't stop the ball from going out for a goal kick. Was hoping for a corner, but there was an unfortunate bounce off of him and out it went. Promising down this right-hand side. Promising, but no end product. Goal kick Lazio. Just played short all the way across the 6-yard box. Now Nuno Tavares has it in the left full-back position, but it's a poor pass. Could not find Zaccagni, who was only 5 yards in front of him. It was thrown and taken quickly, but the referee was not happy. He wasn't ready. He's asked for the throw to be taken again. Atalanta are happy that that wasn't allowed to continue. It's given Lazio time to reshape. Every sky blue shirt in their half. Atalanta get their foot on it. In fact, they've retreated slightly. Halfway through their own half now as Lazio looks to get forward. Being chased down by Cancellieri. Atalanta still in possession as we approach the 40-minute mark in this first half. Still 0-0 on the night between these two sides, but 2-2 on aggregates. A reminder that Inter Milan are awaiting the victors of this game. They're already through. They beat Como 3-2 in what was an absolutely thrilling tie last night at the San Siro. Atalanta win a throw on the far side. They go to take it quickly. It's with Ederson, centre of the field, under pressure from Noslin. Finds Kolasinac now. Atalanta tried to work it from left to right, but it's been cut out, and now Taylor has it forward for Lazio. Can't quite pick out Cancellieri, and it's cleared by Zalewski. Long ball forward, trying to find Zappacosta, but it's overhit by Kolasinac and straight out for a goal kick to Lazio. Both sides just getting a little bit sloppy in possession. Quality has certainly dropped in the last 5 minutes. He's looking slightly tired. It's been a very long season for a lot of these players. Atalanta, of course, going deep in the Champions League. And then unfortunately missing out at the hands of Bayern Munich. Of course, that absolute shellacking that they felt across both of those two ties. But now that's behind them. They can fully focus on the league and trying to claim as many points between now and the end of the season. Of course, this would be a welcome piece of silverware and a welcome route into European football again, as Berat Jim City takes into the centre circle. A short forward pass towards Ederson. Ball goes under and between the legs of the referee, and he's going to stop that there because it impeded Zaluski, who was looking to get on the end of that pass, and the referee acknowledges his error. He's awarded Atalanta a free kick. There's also a bit of a strong challenge from Tomáš Basic. And the referee marks out with the vanishing spray where the ball should be and where the wall should be. It's going to be a one-man wall. It's going to be Matthias Zaccagni as the lone soldier in that wall. As it comes in, it's clipped towards the back post. Scalvini almost shoulders it back into the air. Scalvini on the volley, high and wide. Even if that was a rugby post, I still don't think that would have actually made it between the posts. It was a quick free kick. In fact, I think it was almost too quick for Atalanta's liking. It's a shove as well from Scalvini in the back of Tijani Noslin. I think the referee is going to give the free kick rather than the goal kick. We approach half-time. We just await the fourth official's board for time added on. Of course, there was a bit of a lengthy stoppage for Ederson to receive some treatment. Zaccagni is down on the turf, but he gets back up quickly as Atalanta win a throw-in. Zappacosta plays it quickly and backwards towards Jim City. He's looking for options in midfield. He's closed down by Noslin. Just about manages to get the pass off towards Kolasinac. He can send it forward to Bernasconi. Instant pass back to Kolasinac. Infield towards Derun with his bright yellow boots. Rolls it under his feet. Right-footed pass out to the left full-back position where he finds Kolasinac. Great forward ball up towards Zaluski, who now looks to get past Marusic, but Marusic does well to snuff out the pressure. Forgive me, that was Mario Aguila with the sliding challenge on Zaluski. Long throw to Atalanta to come. In fact, it's played short, just towards the byline. Back towards Bernasconi. Cross comes in, doesn't beat the first man, and Noslin thumps it clear just to get a bit of breathing space. And Lazio can try and push them back as Marco Tanasecchi in the Atalanta goal comes forward out of his area to retrieve that ball. Quick 1-2 pass with Jim City, who now plays it forward towards Scalvini on this right-hand side. This near side in front of the two technical areas. Both managers are prowling around, barking instructions. As we now see that there will be 2 added minutes in this first half. Don't forget, if it's level at the end of the night, we will have extra time and penalties if needed. Scalvini can't quick the pass forward to Zappacosta, and it runs out for a throw-in. Tavares takes it quickly, throws it to Romagnoli. Back towards Motta, wayward pass to Zappacosta, who's lost out. Kristovic couldn't be involved as he was in an offside position, and Motta had thumped it clear again. It's a few wayward passes that we've seen from the young goalkeeper. He just lifts a hand in apology. In fact, looks ever so slightly jaded, as if he knows that he's made a mistake, but he's just got to mentally compose himself. As Atalanta are coming in, Zappacosta down the right-hand side, but it's cut out by Tavares. Good penetrative pass forward from Tavares towards Noslin. Noslin trying to find the Portuguese left-sided defender again, but he can't. He's muscled out between Kolasinac and Jim City. Gym City has it here in a left fullback position. And it's De Roon who is mopping up some of the pieces, has it under his control here. Plays it out towards Kolasinac. Kolasinac forward up towards Zaluski, takes it on the turn, progresses forward at pace. He's got 3, 4 sky blue shirts around him, can't quite pick out Krstovic as his pass was deflected and out for a throw-in. Again in the left side, it's going to be a long throw from Bernasconi, and Atalanta sending players forward. This could be a last chance in this half. It's thrown in long, headed away there by Marasic, flicked back from Kolasinac towards Bernasconi, but the referee blows and signals for half-time. 0-0 here at the New Balance Arena. First half with not much to shout about. Very few chances. Krstovic had a header deflected wide. Skirvini had a header that looped onto the roof of the net. And beyond that, that's all she's written. It's 0-0 here in Bergamo between these two sides. Atalanta 0, Lazio 0, 2-2 across the whole tie. We'll be back with the second half shortly after this. Well, welcome back to the New Balance Arena for this second leg of the semi-finals in the Coppa Italia between Atalanta and Lazio. It's 0-0 here at half-time on the night, and it is 2-2 still on aggregate, so a massive 45 minutes to come. And one of these sides will be hoping to join Inter Milan in the final. Don't forget that there will be extra time and, if needs be, penalties if it's still locked even at full time. Atalanta will be getting us underway in the second half, kicking from right to left as the referee puts whistle to mouth and gets us underway. Atalanta immediately kick the ball long and out for a goal kick to Lazio. Lazio playing from left to right. First half of a few chances. It was Nikola Zalewski that came close. Krstovic had a header deflected wide as well, but beyond that, very, very few chances. I imagine we'll see a very frantic and fluid second half. Something has to give. Secchi in the Atalanta goal heads it out for a throw-in, and Lazio get it in quickly. Two sides unchanged. They may have emerged from the tunnel. And we'll go through both starting 11s for you as Lazio win a free kick. For the home side, it's Secchi, Scalvini, Jim City, Kolasinac, Bernasconi and Zappa Costa as the back. 5 plus keeper with Derun and Ederson, De Ketelaere, Zalewski making up midfield, sitting behind Nikola Krstovic, who leads the line for the Black and Blues. As the free kick has been played quickly and down the line, and Lazio won another free kick as Mario Aguilar goes down under a heavy touch from Krstovic. Heavy and late, just had his toes trampled on, and I'll go through the Lazio 11 for you now with Motta, Marusic, Aguilar, Romagnoli and Tavares at the back for Lazio, with Basic, Patrick and Taylor in midfield, with Zaccagni, Noslin and Cancellieri leading the line. The free kick from Lazio is played quickly but immediately sent long and out, and Bernasconi will hold on to it with his curly locks. Number 47 throws it back towards his keeper, and Noslin will give chase. Secchi will send it high into the sky. Cleared away and unconvincingly by Romagnoli, but Noslin has been fortunate to pick up the second ball. It's been slightly sloppy in possession and a lot of running, a lot of energy, but not much else. As Atalanta come away with it. Lazio wants a free kick. Ederson, short pass up towards Kolasinac. Long ball forward. Bernasconi hoping to get on the end of it, but it's going to bounce a bit too quickly on this slick surface and out for a goal kick. I think Mario Aguilar would have been comfortable had he needs to be called upon. He was the nearest player to it. So just a reminder, a few changes for both sides from the first leg. 3 changes from the first leg, and in fact we're going to see just the referee having a quick word with Eduardo Motta in the Lazio goal, just encouraging him to take his goal kick slightly quicker. Lazio have been slow in possession at times, but when they've gotten forward they have been purposeful. So we now are going to see Zappa Costa hit the turf, pleading for a free kick. It doesn't come. In fact, Atalanta have conceded a corner. The referee just tells Zappa Costa to get to his feet, and get to his feet quickly, because they've got some defending to do. Zaccagni is going to go over and take it on the far side. It's going to be on the Lazio left-hand side. What can they do with it here? Everybody has gone forward for this. Lurking outside the areas, Patrick comes in, headed away at the near post by Atalanta, first time and second time. And now Ederson has got green grass to run into, lots of space. He needs support. He's being tracked over by Tavares And in fact, Cancellieri comes across to win the ball. Great bit of defending, great cover play there. Ederson back to his feet, having taken a brief knock, but Cancellieri dithering in possession. And Motta again with a poor clearance. He's done that a few times this evening. Passed it straight out of play. Just getting some replays of that. Fantastic tracking back from Cancellieri to win it. Long throw from Bernasconi to come towards the penalty spot. De Ketelaere flicks it back towards De Roon. Now to Scalvini, who looks to take it wide. Send a cross in, but he's been bested by a sliding Lazio defender. Scalvini has to go back towards De Roon. Cross comes in. Marusic heads it away at the far post, only as far as Bernasconi, edge of the penalty area on this left-hand side. Standing up Cancellieri. Cross comes in, back post, it's high and over everybody and goes out for a goal kick. Lazio withstanding the pressure in the early stages of this one. It's Bernasconi's cross, just a little bit too heavy. Wasn't going to reach anybody. The goal kick was played short and quickly. Noslin has it halfway through the Lazio half, under immediate pressure. And Patrick loses out to Kristovic. Atalanta turn the ball over towards the penalty area. Kristovic, first time strike, parried away by the keeper. Not convincingly, as it's gone straight back to an Atalanta player. Zappacosta sends it to De Ketelaere on the far side, twisting this way and that. His strike deflected. Cross comes in a second time. Headers at the back post, but it's hit off the back of Ederson and out for a goal kick. No, referee says corner. Lazio defenders were convinced that that was going out for a goal kick, so didn't make any effort to clear it, and they've conceded the corner. De Ketelaere squaring it back nicely for Kristovic, but punched clear by Motta. Corner to Atalanta on this left-hand side. Comes in now. It's deep. Punched away by Motta, only as far as Zappacosta, who acrobatically gets to it, but his shot is blocked. And now Nuno Tavares can come forward on the left-hand side. Atalanta look to get back, and Tavares has done incredibly well. He's played it off of the retreating Scalvini, and he's won a throw-in halfway through the Atalanta half. As Lazio get things back underway quickly. They do not look solid and united at the back, Lazio, at the moment. Let's see what happens as they try to get forward now. Bernasconi misses out as Patrick slides in heavily but wins the ball cleanly. Taylor out wide towards Tavares, finds Zaccagni. Tavares trying to get back on the end of it, but Zappacosta will dispossess him. Poke it out for a throw-in, about half a metre away from the corner flag. Down on the turf, though, is Bernasconi. Perfect 50-50 challenge from Patrick. Had to be sure that he got all of the ball. And that he did. A bit of link-up play on the left-hand side between Zaccagni and Tavares. And it is going to be a throw-in. Deep in Atalanta territory. They've taken it quickly and they win another throw-in. Lazio opting to retain possession, sort of keep the shorter throw-ins rather than send it long. Tavares does have it in his hands. Holds up three fingers as a bit of a signal, but opts to go backwards towards Romagnoli. Patrick plays it back towards Gila. Under pressure from Kristovic and has to go all the way back to his goalkeeper Motta. Let's see what he can do with the outfield ball this time. Much better as he clears it up towards Cancellieri. Does ever so well to keep it in and gets past Bernasconi. Cancellieri's bundled down to the ground, but no foul given. Wasn't asking for a foul either, as Carnesecchi this time has to play it out as all his options were cut off. Shouting between him and his right-sided centre-back Scalvini. We're just seeing a few images of some of the technical staff coming together with a heated argument on the touchline. The throw-in from Lazio is played out for another throw-in. but this time it's to Atalanta. And Martin de Roon is just having a word with the referee here. Again, there was a brief moment in the first half where there was a really funny 5 minutes, and it seemed as if there was chaos. Players going down, it was incredibly scrappy, possession being won and lost within an instant, and seems to have just had that again. The referee just taking time, and in fact Bernasconi's just passed it straight out. And he looks to be in some discomfort as he looks towards the bench and gives a nod. Bernasconi looks like he's going to be unable to continue here as he's bent over. And Raffaele Palladino is having strong words with the referee, referring back to that 50-50 challenge from earlier between Patrick and Bernasconi. Raffaele Palladino just saying this could have been avoided. It was a 50-50 ball that Patrick won. Can argue that he left a leg in that challenge. Now the referee and his technical team will have a little bit of unpicking to do on the sidelines as Bernasconi looks to be making way. We'll get word on who will replace him. If it is going to be a replacement, it does look like Raul Bellanova is going to be the player to come on in his stead. So Lorenzo Bernasconi's night is over as he makes way. The 25-year-old Italian Raul Bellanova comes on. And Raffaele Palladino, the head coach for Atalanta, will get a yellow card for his troubles as well in the heated arguments in that exchange. Bellanova, who made way for this game. He started in the last game against that 1-1 draw against Roma for Atalanta. Bellanova coming on, a bit of a like for like. But Zappa Costa, in fact, is going to come over to this left-hand side. And Raul Bellanova will go over to the right-hand side. Now Cancellieri has it on this touchline. A couple of strong challenges going in now, but it's broken to Tomo Basic. Heads towards the penalty area now. Cuts back inside. Noslin will strike, but not cleanly, and it's deflected and cleared away. And Ederson can mop up the loose ends. As now taking some heavy contact is Nikola Zalewski, and he wins a free kick and just allows Atalanta to breathe. Cancellieri bundling him over. He's got to be careful. He's on a yellow card. In fact, Cancellieri was also taken out in that passage of play. So things just getting a little bit tetchy on the turf here at the New Balance Arena. It's 0-0 still on the night, 2-2 on aggregate as Zappa Costa now comes down this left-hand side. Can't release Zalewski. Ederson will pick it up though, but can play it only as far as a Lazio player. And Tomo Basic deflects it off an Atalanta midfielder for a throw-in on this near side, right in front of the technical areas of the two sides. Longfield switched pass from right to left. Tavares finds Zaccagni. Kenneth Taylor will play it all the way back to Motta. Motta to Romagnoli, back to Motta, who sends it long this time. It's a pass that stays infield. Noslin hoiks it over towards Cancellieri, who tries to find his teammates Besic, but doesn't, and Atalanta will break. De Ketelaere into the penalty area, steps on the ball, and it goes behind him. Thankfully, he's able to regain possession. And De Roon will play it out to Bellanova. The cross is poor, headed away at the near post by Lazio, headed away second time by Noslin. And Scalvini will pick it up just inside the Lazio half. It's now with Jim City to Kolasinac. Back to Jim City, finds De Roon. Atalanta playing it along their back line as they look to get forward. De Ketelaere outside of the boot, pass down the line to Bellanova. Is he going to get there? It's a foot race between him and Nuno Tavares, and it will trickle out for a goal kick and the 2 high five The fresh legs of Raul Bellanova. Not quite enough to get the edge over Nuno Tavares, the Portuguese fullback. Was once at Arsenal. Has comfortably made his home here in Italy. Long ball forward from him up towards Noslin. Ball over the top from Kenneth Taylor, but it's heavy and it's hard, and it goes all the way through to Carnesecchi, who can come out of his box to retrieve it. Up towards Bellanova to Derun. Derun in the captain's armband. Plays out to Kolasinac. Upfield towards Zappacosta on this left-hand side. Slips in Zalewski, who receives it back. Zappacosta to Kolasinac, who has some space. Zappacosta peels back to try and give him an option out wide, but Kolasinac opts to change direction. Play goes from left to right. Now with Scalvini in his bright orange boots to Bellanova. Looks like he's wearing trainer socks. His socks are so low down his calves. Surely shin pads are not a thing for Raul Bellanova, as De Ketelaere has it towards the corner of the penalty area. Finds Scalvini, sidles it from left to right, plays it out to Bellanova, takes a touch, delivers the cross. Acrobatic flick from Scalvini, didn't get any contact on it and it's cleared away, but only as far as Derun looks to slip in. De Ketelaere still at the edge of the area. De Ketelaere's cross comes in much better this time. Not cleared convincingly at all. It's bounced, it's dropped into the path of Ederson, and it is in the back of the net. It's not a classy goal. It's sloppy, but Atalanta don't mind. A real mix-up at the back for Lazio. And Ederson has poked the home side ahead. That's his first goal in the Coppa Italia this season. His second in all competitions. He certainly likes scoring against Lazio. Please just see the replays. It was a wonderful dink into the box from De Ketelaere. And Eduardo Motta had his hands on the ball. Now the question is was it kicked out of his hands? He didn't have it cleanly. He's flapped at it on the ground. I'm sure VAR will have a look at this. Not cleared at all by Mario Aguilar. He should have done better as that ball came in. He stuck out a leg at it. I think this is going to be looked at. There's a VAR check in progress, and that'll be to see if it was kicked out of Eduardo Motta's hands in the Lazio goal. As the referee just asking everybody to calm down as he waits for that check. A pivotal moment here in this tie. 62 minutes gone. Atalanta believe that they are ahead 1-0 on the night. That would see them 3-2 ahead in this tie. The referee still waiting for confirmation. Hands on his hips. You can see the earpiece. You can also see the ref cam camera attached to his right ear. As he stands just waiting. There's a discussion in the centre circle. Both teams seem to be prepared for the goal to stand. It was just Ederson who reacted quickest. Eduardo Motta looks very despondent in the Lazio goal. He should have done better. He should have pounced all over it. But it slipped out of his hands. It was kicked out of his hands. Is what Lazio are saying, and that's what they're checking. This, of course, will add lengthy time at the end. Charles De Ketelaere, though, with a wonderful ball in. Teasing it right into the 6-yard box. And it does look now as if the referee is getting confirmation. Puts his right hand to his ear. Left hand held aloft as he awaits instruction from the VAR team. And I think the referee is being sent to the monitor to have a look at this. As the plot thickens, he's going to go over to the touchline and have a look at this and see, I believe it's Nikola Kristovic It appears to be kicking it out of the hands of Edoardo Motta in the Lazio goal. But the question is did Edoardo Motta have control? We are waiting to find out. The ball, as Gila looked to clear it, it hits his hand before it's cleared. Krstovic then appears to be kicking out of the hands, and the referee seems to have seen enough. He's coming back onto the field. He'll be making his announcement surely. If the goal doesn't stand, will it be a penalty to Atalanta anyway? We'll find out. He's now explaining to the crowd through his mic. What will the decision be? In fact, he's going to give a free kick to Lazio. No goal. Ederson's goal is chalked off. A huge let-off for Lazio. Krstovic goes over to protest to the referee. He can't believe it. It's all happening down on the touchline as well. The fourth official is getting a real earful. Raffaele Palladino, the Atalanta head coach, has already been booked. But we are going to now see some substitutions. And Matteo Cancellieri is going to come off for Lazio. And on will come Gustav Isaacson. A straight like-for-like swap. Hopefully a bit of pace and some fresh legs for Lazio just to freshen things up. And Adam Marasic will also be replaced as he makes his way off of the field. And my goodness, that is going to be a fierce talking point. I'm not convinced that Edoardo Motta had control of that ball. But in the eyes of the referee, it is no goal. It's back to 0-0. It's back to 2-2 in the tie. And now, will this act as fuel for Atalanta? And will it be a wake-up call for Lazio? Now, Isaacson has it for the first time as he looks to get forward. As he releases Lazzari, who was the other substitute to come on for Lazio. Lazzari has it. Cross comes in. Strike first time from Zaccagni. He was leaning back, slipping down. It goes over the bar. Goal kick to Atalanta, which they get in very quickly, as they certainly now have a bit of impetus. They want to get this forward. Krstovic holding it up. He goes down to Ketelaere, trying to find Zaluski, but will overhit the pass, and it will go out for a throw on the near side for Lazio. Oh, this game has really kicked into gear and into life. Raffaele Palladino, the Atalanta head coach, still walking around, stomping like a moody teenager. He's really unhappy with that decision. Zappacosta has won it back for Atalanta. Ball right on the halfway line with Martin de Roon. Out towards Scalvini now. Up towards De Ketelaere. Atalanta going through the phases. Bellanova. Now to De Ketelaere. Left-footed pass infield. Now with Ederson, who's had the ball in the back of the net, but it was chalked off. Krstovic turn and strike. Rattles off of a Lazio defender. Atalanta come again. Kolasinac gets towards the byline. Has to turn back. Finds Zappacosta. Infield to Ederson as Atalanta switch it from left to right. But Martin de Roon's pass is cut out by Taylor, who hooks it over the top. And now can Lazio break? As upfield it goes towards Isaacson, who's in all sorts of space. He's pushed incredibly wide though as he gets towards the penalty area. Cuts inside. Goes wide again. The cross comes in towards the far post. It's over, everybody. Nuno Tavares has to run back to go and claim it, but it will be Taylor who picks it up on the far side. Now to Tavares. Winds up a long-range effort. Strikes it off of the boots of Scalvini. It's end-to-end stuff all of a sudden after a rather drab first half with few efforts on goal. Now it's really kicking into life. Lazio now pass it between themselves in midfield. Romagnoli out towards Tavares. Infield to Zaccagni. Zaccagni has it back. Up towards Taylor. Cut out. Zaccagni sliding to try and win it back, but Scalvini will get there first. Di Ketelaere. Now to Bellanova. Plays it backwards. All the way towards Carnesecchi in the Atalanta goal. He'll send it long. Headed on though by Zalewski and away by Romagnoli. Back it goes. It's volleyball-like at the moment. As long looping balls go from one side to the other over the proverbial net in the middle. And it has gone out for Lazio throw, and now 3 changes for Atalanta. We're about to see Raspadori enter the field. Mario Palisic as well, who scored in the last leg as well. Side Kolasinac will make way. He'll make way for Oluwan Kosunu. That's a straight like-for-like swap. Martin de Roon will also make way. The record appearance holder for Atalanta. He'll be replaced by Mario Palisic. Raspadori has also come on, and we'll get confirmation of who he's replaced in just a moment, as it looks as if Atalanta are going to try and go for 2 at the top. In fact, Raspadori is on the ball already. It's in fact with Di Ketelaere, edge of the area, looking to get past his man. Can't quite do so. He's forced to turn and go back, and he finds Kosunu in field towards Pasalic. Pasalic wins it, turns, tries to find Raspadori. Ederson still charging around, trying to get his foot on the ball, and Lazio will try and play their way out. They don't do so. Now Palisic has it in the centre of the field, and Kosunu comes forward. He has to stop on his tracks. Short forward pass to Pasalic, who's now going to take over Martin de Roon's role as the deep-lying playmaker. Wayward pass from Atalanta, but wayward again from Lazio, and in fact now they've won a free kick. Kristovic was just a little bit too heavy. He brings down Patrick. It's Gila actually who goes down. Zalewski, Nikola Zalewski was the other Atalanta player to make way. Raspadori, Pasalic and Kosunu. Free kick to Lazio inside their own half. About halfway through it, in fact. Mario Gila does not look like he can continue. He's really hobbling. We're going to see more changes being made, surely. Maurizio Sarri now getting a yellow card from the referee. This game has been anything but straightforward. It's passionate. All sorts going on in the technical area. Mario Gila is going to make way. He can't continue like this. Surely he's hobbling off very heavily, and he has the magic spray applied. Rafael Palladino, the smart jacket has come off. The tie still around his neck, but is wonky, like he's been dancing at a wedding all night long. It's kind of at a jaunty angles. The long ball goes forward, and Noslin tries to get there. Does so. Cuts back inside. Noslin's got a goal to aim at, and his shot is wide. Wow, that was really just from persistent running and energy that he got in behind there. Scalvini should have done better. Noslin's asking for a handball as it bounced off of the arm of Scalvini. Question is was it in the way of to try and control it or knock it in any sort of way? But it does strike his hand. I wonder if VAR will have a look at this. Tijani Noslin was adamant that should be looked at. I think they are going to look at it. Wouldn't this be a twist? No, it's been dismissed. Kijani, Noslin looks away, dejected, as Atalanta get things back underway. Well, that really would have put a cat amongst the pigeons had Lazio been given a penalty. But we start again as Atalanta look to regain some control and play it between themselves at the back. A familiar scene from the first half. It's with Jim City who plays it out towards Kosunu. Bellanova plays it back inside to Kosunu, back to Jim City. Crossfield ball up towards Zappacosta, chests it down, controls it with his right foot, lays it off to the number 42 Scalvini, who's made his way over to the right hand side, and Aguila, who had returned to the field of play, has gone back down again, lifts his shirt over his face as he's resigned to the fact that he can't continue. I'm amazed that he got back onto the field. Just getting some shots of Maurizio Sarri on the sidelines, in the ear of the fourth official again, trying to work out and understand why that wasn't checked by VAR. There was a definite hand from Giorgio Scalvini, but Mario Aguila is going to make way. He won't be able to continue. Let's see who is going to replace him. Some more changes are being made. Off comes Toma Basic for Lazio. He will be replaced by the goal scorer in the first leg, Dele Bashiru. He will come on and look to inject some pace, inject some energy. Hopefully for Lazio fans, an all-important goal. Aguila will be replaced by Oliver Proftsgaard of Denmark in a straight swap at the back. Aguila has been battling away in the heart of that Lazio defence. His race is run, and now Atalanta will look to come forward on the far side. It's with De Ketelaere looking to get another cross in. He does, headed away immediately by Oliver Provost. Guard. Cross comes back in on the left-hand side, headed goalwards, bounce toward Ederson, looks to get a flick back in, and Motta will gather it at the near post. Guado Motta's looked incredibly shaky between the posts for Lazio this evening. Ederson just trying to get it back through into the 6-yard box. Isaacson bundled over on this near side, winning a free kick. Zappacosta, the culprit this time. Going back underway quickly by Lazio. Atalanta, though, regain possession, I should say. Pasalic now with time and space on the ball. Finds Bellanova on the far side. Bellanova has Zaccagni in front of him. Can't get any further. Has to find an open man, but going backwards. Play goes from right to left. Scalvini sends it back from whence it came towards Jim City. Back to Bellanova on the far touchline. Looks to get inside. Now with Atalanta on the far side. De Ketelaere looking to get a cross in again. Puts it onto his left leg as he likes to do. Looking for options. Cross dinked in towards the far post. Headed away unconvincingly. Strike from Zappacosta once. Has a second bite of the cherry. Deflected and cleared again by Lazio. It's real. Back against the wall. Kind of defending for the sky blue and whites this evening. As Bellanova has it on the far side in the right wing position for Atalanta. Kosunu trying to slip into De Ketelaere. He does get there, but it's cleared away, and Taylor will now try to run it out from the box. Does so well. A couple of cute interchanges between himself and his teammates, and now they do come away with it. Lazio, they trot forward. It's Manuel Lazzari who can come away with it. Finds Isaacson, plays it back towards Romagnoli. Looks almost as if Lazio, have gone to a back four now. Some of these changes have been made. Romagnoli on this near side, forward towards Isaacson, under pressure, misses out, but does win a throw-in. And Isaacson trying to steal a few yards, but he's been ordered to go back. Picking up will be Manuel Lazzari. Holds it aloft, both hands on the ball, throws it backwards towards Alessio Romagnoli. Now to Motta in the Lazio goal. Will send it long towards the halfway line. Up and over it goes. Headed down and away. Flicked back though by an Atalanta player towards Carnesecchi. And he will poke it back forwards towards Mario Pasalic. Pasalic, who's got a goal in each game for Atalanta in the Coppa Italia so far this season. He's also got 3 in Serie A, so very helpful contribution from the Croatian. Atalanta could do with another one of those this evening from him now, as De Ketelaere has it on the far touchline, tries to turn, it spins a little bit into trouble, misses out, but Lazio can only clear it for a throw-in. Bellanova will take it on the far side. 81 minutes gone. Atalanta 0, Lazio 0. Atalanta had the ball in the back of the net as Ederson poked it into an empty net after Eduardo Motta had the ball kicked out of his hands by Nikola Kristovic. So that goal was chalked off. Still 0-0. Zappacosta has it on this near side. Where is their first goal going to come this evening? Zappacosta plays it back over the halfway line into Atalanta territory. Switched over to Bellanova, chests it down. Finds Kasunu. Kasunu back to Bellanova, to De Ketelaere, who's hugging that far touchline. Cuts inside. Can he get the cross off? Keeps going, winds up for a strike. It will go long along the floor and into the thankful mitts of Eduardo Motta. And we'll gather that. Maybe kill a few seconds. And his whole body behind that. And Charles De Ketelaere, who's tried his best to provide some creative spark in this second half for the home side. As Deli Bashiru plays it out wide towards Taylor. Into Zaccagni. Back to Taylor. He finds Rothsgaard. Now to Lazzari. He can step infield. He's got space to run into. Might fancy himself here. It's come to Nosulu, who strikes. It's Noslin, forgive me, who went for the strike. Deflected out for a corner. But Manuel Lazzari just had space. He was invited to run, the fullback, and I think the Atalanta defence weren't expecting him to sort of get so far. There's a corner. Another substitution to take place here. Before that corner will be Lazio persuasion. As Danilo Cataldi will come on and replace Patrick. His night is over, the 33-year-old Spaniard. Corner coming in from the left. It's bouncing all the way through and in! Somehow it's been poked into the back of the net by Lazio. I believe it's Lazzari with the final touch. But that corner came in incredibly quickly, over everybody, and was poked in. Surely the deftest of touches. And Lazio lead in a complete, unexpected fashion. Really against... Well. It's Romagnoli who has the final touch. The 31-year-old Italian at the far post. He was jostling with Berat Jimsiti, and he got his foot there quickest. He got his foot there first. Marco Carnesecchi in the Atalanta goal. Lost at sea. He didn't realise that was past him. And suddenly Lazio, who've had very few chances, find themselves in the lead. 85 minutes gone. Lazio 1, Atalanta 0. Well, this will set up a rather tasty final few minutes. We'll have certainly multiple minutes added on. There's been quite a few stoppages in this second half. As now Noslin looks to try and control it, but he misses out. And Atalanta come back incredibly quickly. Raspadori plays it up towards Kristovic. Strike at the edge of the area, and it's made its way into the back of the net. It's that man again, Mario Pasalic. He's scored in each round of the Coppa Italia so far this season, and it's an instant response. Mario Pasalic side-foots that one coolly and calmly into the back of the net, and before you can blink, we're level again. Raspadori's ball into the box. Kristovic laid it off. It took a bit of a deflection off of Kenneth Taylor, who couldn't get his feet sorted out quick enough to clear it properly. But Atalanta won't mind. Mario Pasalic has equalised for the home side. We can see Gianluca Scamacca is about to come on for Atalanta, celebrating on the touchline. Well, it's as you were. It's level on the night. 1-1 between Atalanta and Lazio. 2 goals within 2 minutes. It's 3-3 overall. We are minutes away from the 90. Will we need extra time? Possibly penalties. Inter Milan wait in the final. But who will be joining them as Lazio win a corner? Tijani Noslin's really had to feed off of scraps, but he's done well there to get his side back up the pitch. Isaacson will take it on this near side. There's a player lurking at the edge of the area, but most have gone towards the 6-yard box. It's crowded. The cross comes in. It's swept towards the back post, and it's well claimed in the middle of the air by Carnesecchi. Drop kicks it long, upfield. Chasing on is Bellanova. Doesn't quite win it as Nuno Tavares gets there first, but his pass is given straight to Odilon Kusunu. He'll get forward towards De Ketelaere. Finds Raspadori. He'll try for an effort, speculative, but it will be gathered by Motta. Scamacca is about to come on for the home side. Motta throws it out towards Manuel Lazzari on this near side. Up towards Isaacson as he tries to get round past Appacosta, but doesn't. Passes it straight to Scalvini, who passes it straight to Noslin. He slips on the turf, and it just gives Jim City, a moment to recover. Now Atalanta will slow things down. Long ball forward up towards Appacosta on this near side. Chests it up and over the head of Lazzari. Out for a throw into Atalanta on this near side as Romagnoli comes across. Now we will see the change. Nikola Kristovic will make way for Atalanta, and on will come Gianluca Scamacca. Scamacca, who last scored twice against Udinese on the 7th of March. Hasn't scored since then. He has got a penalty goal in the Coppa Italia so far this season. That was against Juventus. Got an assist against Genoa. But can he provide the winner here tonight? Zappacosta with the throw-in on this near side. Finds Scalvini. Crosses it over towards Bellanova, who does really well to control that. He was under pressure. Pasalic now, the goal scorer for Atalanta. Plays it back towards Kosunu. De Ketelaere into Scamacca into the penalty area. Back to Pasalic. Finds Raspadori at the edge of the area. Now to Scalvini. Infield towards Edson. Lets it run past him. Strikes it across the face of goal. And in fact, that's gone out for a throw on the far side. Lashed at that one. But he did really well to let it run past him. Scamacca sort of threw his head at it at the back post, but he was way off of it. The home fans now bouncing in Bergamo behind the Lazio goal. We've got 6 minutes of added time to play. Still advantage to Atalanta in terms of momentum, but Lazio have broken forward, and it is now Adeli Bashiru as he strides forward. It's 4-on-3 for Lazio, 5-on-3. Isaacson, he gets his feet in all sorts of knots. Can't find the right pass, but he does win a corner. Gustav Isaacson just couldn't quite get the final ball. Adeli Bashiru, you feel maybe could have released it slightly quicker to the Swede. Just allowed a few of the Atalanta defenders to get back. But it will be a corner, and how important could this be? Isaacson will take it here on this near side. It's going to be an in-swinger. In it comes towards the far post. Goes over everybody and out the other side for a goal kick. A wasted opportunity. The Bianco Celesti. Atalanta 1, Lazio 1. As things stand, it's 3-3 across the two legs. We're going to be heading for extra time, unless a winner can be found in the next 4 minutes. Atalanta get things back underway. Playing it between themselves at the back, opted for a bit more of a back four. Huge gaps in the centre of midfield for Atalanta as they're looking to really get wide. In fact, it's Ederson is the solitary sort of base midfielder. Scalvini playing it back towards Jim City. Now Pasalic plays it out wide and right towards Bellanova. Takes a touch, comes inside, finds De Ketelaere. De Ketelaere back to Kosunu. Now Pasalic will switch play from right to left, looking to find Zappacosta. Chests it down beautifully to keep control under pressure from Lazzari. Now with Ederson. Jim City, Atalanta getting and encroaching forward. Pasalic trying to find De Ketelaere, but it was drilled at him a little bit too hard actually. I think the pass was meant to go beyond and towards Bellanova, and De Ketelaere stuck out a leg to get in the way. Doesn't matter, however, as Atalanta have got possession back. Long ball forward from Carnesecchi. Flicked on by Raspadori, but it came off of his arm, and it will be a free kick to Lazio. 93 minutes and 30 seconds on the clock. Running out of time here in Bergamo. Who's going to blink first? There's a long ball forward. And Isaacson heads it on to keep it in play, but he will miss out. And Zappacosta does very well to head it back off of the Swede and out for an Atalanta throw. It's deep. Maybe 5 yards. 10 yards out from the corner flag. Zappacosta will send it long down the line. Scamacca heads it on infield towards De Ketelaere. He's done very well to direct it his way. De Ketelaere prods it on towards Bellanova. Atalanta flooding forward now. On the far right hand side is Bellanova. gets past Tavares, sends in the cross into the middle, headed on by Ederson, but away, not goalward. Cross comes back in, Scamacca will head it over, off the post, and cleared by Tavares. The referee's whistle's been blown as there's a Lazio player down. It's Kenneth Taylor who's down, and Scamacca rattling the upright. Powerful header. Motta at full stretch. Yes, just seeing the replays. Motta, in fact, does incredibly well. He palms it onto the posts. But as Scamacca powered that header, his elbow just caught Kenneth Taylor. Oh, Eduardo Motta has made a few errors with his feet this evening, but when called into action there, he was equal to it. What a time to get your 9th goal of the season. Scamacca denied. Now just a little bit of confusion as to who's going to get possession here. We've only got 30 seconds left. Give or take another minute for this delay here. As things stand, going to be going to extra time, and Atalanta have possession. The referee's given it to Ederson, who has to play it backwards towards Gym City. Will Atalanta just hold on to it? Pass from Ederson out wide to Zappacosta. Really had to sprint to get hold of it. Now Scalvini. Infield towards Zappacosta. Sprays it centrally to Pasalic. He's got Kasunu in his way. His teammate does find Bellanova, who will get towards the byline, takes contact and goes down. Free kick in a dangerous area. Mattia Zaccagni just caught the Italian right on the ankles. We see the replay. That is a crunching, biting tackle on Raul Bellanova's ankles. He's only just risen to his feet. But a free kick in a really dangerous position, and this surely will be the last kick of regulation. Looks like Giacomo Raspadori will take this. Referee just having a word with some of the Lazio defenders. Now having a word with Zappacosta, who's lurking outside the area. Referee just making sure everybody's playing ball. The free kick comes in. Headed away though by Zaccagni. Back to Raspadori, who slips. And the referee blows time. We will have extra time here tonight in Bergamo. Well, after a drab first half, we had to wait until the 84th minute for Alessio Romagnoli to poke in at the back post from a corner to put Lazio one ahead. But then 2 minutes later, Mario Pasalic, the substitute, his deflected effort found the back of the net. And we are all square. It finishes on the night. At 90 minutes, Atalanta won, Lazio won. 3-3 overall, but don't go anywhere because we have extra time. And it will be coming up very, very soon. Don't go anywhere. Well, welcome back to Bergamo in this semi-final of the Coppa Italia between Atalanta and Lazio. We are still level after 90 minutes, and Lazio will get us underway as we begin the first half of extra time. It finished 1-1 at 90 minutes, 3-3 overall. The goals from Romagnoli for Lazio and Pasalic for Atalanta. Both sides will get an additional substitution, and it will be tense as things get back underway. Lazio win a free kick immediately. Kenneth Taylor plays it short to Krotsgaard. Plays it out wide towards Lazzari. Lazio kicking from right to left. Foul on Isaacson from Zappacosta. So Lazio looking to impress themselves onto Atalanta. They get things underway quickly. Isaacson has it inside to Dele Bashiru. Out wide to Lazzari. Cuts infield, sends in a cross, but it's headed away. Only as far though as Nuno Tavares in the centre circle for Lazio. Taylor. Now back with Romagnoli. There's Lazio keeping possession at the moment, just between themselves at the back. Goes all the way back now to Motta. It will be interesting if we do need to get to penalties, as both goalkeepers have saved penalties so far this season. In fact, Karasecki has saved 2 out of 3. Whereas Motta has only faced 1. That was against Bologna. That was saved. So if things do indeed get that far, we'll be in for one hell of a treat, I imagine, as Atalanta have possession, playing it between themselves on the back, switching it up, sending it forward up towards Zappacosta on that far left-hand side. Infield it comes, back towards Jim City. Now Kosunu. The goal scorer Mario Pasalic brought on halfway through the second half, getting that equaliser. Scamacca plays it forward up towards Raspadori. Shrugs off Lazzari, but is adjudged to have fouled in the process. Lazzari goes down holding onto his right ankle. Can't really see much in that, but in fact, Atalanta will take this opportunity to make a substitution as Honest Ahanor will come on. It looks like Giorgio Scalvini is going to make way. Honest Ahanor, who has got a goal in the Coppa Italia this season. That goal came against Genoa in their 4-0 win many months ago. Giorgio Scalvini hasn't really put a foot wrong, but his time is done this evening as Lazio come forward with it, but they send the ball back over the halfway line into their territory. And Taylor plays and finds Krotsgaard up towards Noslin. Gives it back to the Dane. Swings it out towards the Swede as the Scandinavians combine. It's now with Lazzari. Up to Dele Bashiru. Receives it back. Bashiru, who scored a goal in the first tie. Now a goal here would prove precious. Forward from Tavares. Noslin, infield towards Zaccagni, but it was drilled a little bit too hard. Zaccagni couldn't quite control it. Misses out as he opts to try and close down the passing options Karasecki, but he does get it away in the end. Upfield towards Bellanova on this near side. Atalanta kicking from left to right. Atalanta having made their additional substitution already. Honest Ahanor joining the proceedings. Clicked the ball over the top towards Bellanova. He's got De Ketelaere in front of him. Finds him. Bellanova continues his run. De Ketelaere plays it infield towards Skamaka into the penalty area. Standing it up, back to De Ketelaere. Opts to come to the edge of the area, crosses it forwards the back post, headed back and across, and into the back of the net. It's Giacomo Raspadori with the goal. 5 minutes into this added time. And it was De Ketelaere's cross to the back post, headed back across goal. And Raspadori with the simplest of headers into the back of the net, and Lazio looks stunned. It's as if they've had the stuffing knocked out of them. Raspadori only joined from Atletico Madrid in January, and that's his third goal for the club. A lovely, perfectly weighted ball from De Ketelaere towards the back post, headed back across by Zappacosta. And Raspadori reacted quickest. And Atalanta are in the driving seat now. It's 2-1 on the night. We have 5 minutes into added time. Well, Lazio will really have to go for this now. So we're just seeing the faces of the Lazio players. In fact, there's going to be a VAR check here. There's a check in progress, and I wonder if that's just to see if Zappacosta was in an offside position. Is this going to be another goal taken away? It is! Unbelievable. The goal's been chalked off. It's the second time this evening that Atalanta have had a goal disallowed. Zappacosta was in an offside position when he headed that ball back across the face of goal. Oh, from jubilation to heartbreak. And it's square, all level again. The long ball forward from Eduardo Motta. Headed back towards Tavares, who wins it. Plays right down the line towards Zaccagni, who tries to play it cleverly back. And it's a heavy pass back from Bellanova towards Carnesecchi in the Atalanta goal. He's had to slide to stop that from going out for a corner. He's conceded a throw-in. Deep into Atalanta territory. Nuno Tavares plays it back. It's a forward pass from Provoscard, but only as far as Bellanova, who can get it clear. And Provoscard can make amends for his errors by winning the subsequent header. Romagnoli plays it square. Across the line towards Lazzari. Long ball forward from Cataldi. And Noslin there, adjudged to have just been a little bit too keen in that challenge. Biting on the ankles of an Atalanta defender. Concedes the free kick taken quickly. Atalanta look to get themselves back in front. 2 goals chalked off for Atalanta this evening. So they look to get back into the final. They've been runners-up to Juventus in 23-24 and 2021. Again, of course, runners-up to Lazio in 2018-2019. In fact, Atalanta have been runners-up 5 times since that final loss to Lazio. They'll be hoping to go one further. Ball comes forward to Bellanova on this right-hand side as he looks to get forward. He's put under pressure from Zaccagni. Manages to hold on to the ball, finds De Ketelaere, plays it back to Pasalic. Switched over to Ahonor as play goes from right to left. Zappacosta plays it forward to Ahonor, who continued his run. The cross comes in, it's low and it's cleared away by Lazio, but out for a throw-in on the far side. Taken quickly. Crossfield ball towards Pasalic. He's right in the centre of the field. Plays it out wide from left to right to Bellanova. Can he get past Zaccagni? Comes inside, gets in the cross, deflected. Great defensive work from the Lazio captain. Into the centre circle it goes. Helped on by Jim City towards Ahanor. Raspadori dropping really deep. Raspadori, who thought he had the goal that put Atalanta ahead, it's been chalked off. Score still 1-1 as we get into the 100th minute. Cross comes in from De Ketelaere, cleared out for a corner. Atalanta looking to tighten the screw, and we just get the first visual confirmation of that offside. Zappacosta was, yes, half a yard offside. Corner for Atalanta on this near side. Raspadori swings in towards the near post. Headed away, though, by Zaccagni. Throw into Atalanta on this near side as it's poked out. Raspadori will take it quickly. Gets it in towards Kosunu. Now Jim City up towards Ahanor. Has to stretch to receive it. Manages to retain possession. Ederson playing it back to Kosunu. Now to Bellanova. His pass is cut out by Zaccagni. Bounces back to him and he can start play again as it goes all the way back to Ahanor. Back in the Atalanta half. Zappacosta up towards Raspadori. In field it comes to Ederson. Raspadori continues his run, but Ederson under pressure though from Dejani Noslin. Ederson has it. In fact, it will be a free kick. And it looks as if Lazio are going to be turning to their bench and turning to 38-year-old Pedro. And it will be Mattia Zaccagni who makes way. He will make way for the experience of Pedro, the former Barcelona player, the former Chelsea player, serial winner. Coming on to make his 203rd appearance for Lazio. An important time in this game. Neither side can make any more substitutions as we approach middle of the first half of added time. Ball is in the Atalanta half. Sunu can play it forward to Bellanova, gets it trapped under his feet, and it goes out for a throw-in on this near side. It's incredibly close and tight at the moment. Both sides, of course, have league action ahead of them as well. As it's played forward, run from Deli Bashiru. Finds Pedro, who's instantly brought down. But the referee says no, play on, he was looking for it. And now Raspadori can break. Plays it up field to Scamacca in a wide left position. Cuts infield. He's got options on the right-hand side. Finds Passage. Bellanova on the overlap. Passage doesn't opt for him. Shot comes in. Deflected away. Bellanova was in acres of space. And the Lazio players crowd around the referee, demanding why was that not given as a foul on Pedro. And you can sort of see why. He was really looking for it. Paslic had options out wide and his shot ricochets off of Raspadori. So it will be a goal kick. Bellanova will be frustrated that he wasn't given the opportunity to send in a cross. Long ball forward from the Lazio goalkeeper. Headed back into Lazio half. Free kick. Though as a Lazio player is down on the floor, Scamacca complaining. Get confirmation of who that is rolling around on the turf. I think it's Romagnoli. May have just caught a wayward arm from Gianluca Scamacca. 104 minutes on the clock. Atalanta 1, Lazio 1. Atalanta have had the ball in the back of the net twice. And twice it's been cancelled out. Isaacson on the far side comes all the way back into his own half. Long ball forward from Romagnoli up towards Noslin. Noslin trying to shoulder his way past players and invites Lazzari into play. He takes it forward and it's been knocked out by Ahanor. It is going to be thrown on the far side for Lazio with 1 additional minute. 1 additional minute to come. Manuel Lazzari will take the throw in. Level with the edge of the penalty area in the Atalanta half. Ball goes forward up towards Deli Bashiru. Cut out though by Jim City for a corner. Short of the last action of this first half of added time. Purposeful run forward from Deli Bashiru. Did well to win the corner. It's going to be swung in from the far side as Gustav Isaacson places the ball, lifts both arms aloft. Lazio, what can they get from this? The corner comes in, it's punched away by the goalkeeper. And that will be half time. In added time, still locked at 1-1. Both sides have made their substitutions, but the story of that was Giacomo Raspadori thought he had poked Atalanta ahead. After a wonderful delivery from Chante Ketelaere, Zappacosta headering it back across goal for Raspadori to poke in. But Zappacosta was in an offside position. It's the second time that Atalanta have had a goal disallowed. Ederson had his goal chalked off after Nikola Kristovic has had a judge to kick the ball out of Eduardo Motta's hands. So it is still 1-1 on the night. This is, as things stand, going to go the distance after the next phase of play. If it is still level, it will be penalties between these two sides. Don't forget Inter Milan await the victors in the final. They beat Como last night 3-2 in what was an electrifying game. 4 goals in the second half. It was incredible. This one has come to life. There have been shades of excellence and brilliance. We've had goals disallowed as the players receive fluids. It's a quick turnaround. Both sides have made their substitutions. This is it now. As we go for the second half of additional time between these two sides. Atalanta hoping to get back into the finals again. They've been runners-up 5 times since they lost in the final to Lazio in 2018-19. That was the last time that Lazio won it. They are 7-time winners of the Coppa Italia. Hoping to make that 8 if they can get through. Home side Atalanta place Cagliari on Monday. Lazio welcome Udinese to the Stadio Olimpico on the 27th of April, as well as Atalanta get us back underway. Shooting from right to left. Tijani Noslin still running at that Atalanta backline. He's not stopped all evening. Incredible work rate from him. As Honest Ahanor plays it sideways towards Jim City, forward to Pasalic. Now with Kusunu. Kusunu looking to take it forward. Doesn't have many options. Short pass to Pasalic. Has runners in front of him, but opts to switch it towards Ahanor. Now to Zappacosta. Zappacosta finding Raspadori. Immediately closed down by Romagnoli. Ahanor playing it back from left to right. Kosuni will bring it forward towards the halfway line. Puts his foot on the ball, stops. Takes it forward, foot on the ball again. Opts to turn and go back towards Jim City into the centre circle. It goes over the halfway line. Jim City prods it to Ederson. Ederson, one of those who thought that they'd scored. Bellanova on the far side has De Ketelaere in front of him. Uses him now. De Ketelaere gives it back to Bellanova. Slips, but manages to keep it in play. And then is able to pass it off of Nuno Tavares to win a throw-in. Bellanova has it. Doesn't have many options. It's not going to be a long throw. Well, it is now, because he doesn't have many runners. And Bellanova sends it in. It's high, almost slips out of his hands. Doesn't really go land anywhere, but it's bounced into the box. Cleared, though, by Lazio in the end. Thought that was going to break for Kusunu. On the far side is Pasalic. Bellanova has it. He's got De Ketelaere for company. Finds De Ketelaere. Immediately under pressure from Tavares. Turns, trying to find space. Finds Bellanova. The cross comes in towards Scamacca, but headed away, though. And Lazio can breathe. Atalanta just coming like the tide again and again and again. It's Pasalic out towards Bellanova. He's got space. Can he get the cross? He does this time. It's over Scamacca, headed away by Romagnoli. And Noslin can only poke it away to a black and blue shirt. And Atalanta come again. Pasalic up towards Bellanova. First time cross comes in. It's low. It's cleared. Out for another throw-in. Cataldi this time with the defensive duties. Throw-in taken quickly on the far side. It's with Kusunu, now with Jim City. Every player inside the Lazio half. Honest Ahanor has it. Opens up his body. Looks to play it out to his left, but has to cut back inside as he's under pressure from Dele Bashiru. Now Bellanova again on that far right-hand side. He's got space to move into. Does so. He's got Kenneth Taylor in front of him. Finds Pasalic. Cross comes in towards Scamacca and Ederson. They get in each other's way. And it heads out for a goal kick. Scamacca and Ederson. No communication there. Just needed one of them. Lazio can come away with it. The goal kick is played. Dele Bashiru is run into trouble, and Ederson can pick his pocket, come away with the ball, and odds it back towards Zappacosta. And Atalanta can start again. Kusunu brings it up towards the halfway line. Now with Ahanor, the young 18-year-old Italian, has scored in the Coppa Italia so far this season. And I don't think Atalanta will mind where the goal comes from. Just needs to arrive. Carnesecchi plays it out from his penalty area up towards Pasalic. Sideways pass towards Jim City. Now back to Ahanor. The two coaches on the touchline still barking orders, but in the back of their minds they're going to be thinking about penalty takers. They're going to be getting their lists ready, surely, unless a goal can come from somewhere, as De Ketelaere makes a driving run forward, but he's just run out of steam. But Kosunu can find it. Play it out to Bellanova, and he gave De Ketelaere the eyes, but De Ketelaere wasn't ready to run on, and it's passed straight out for a goal kick. Lack of communication there as the concentration is starting to wane between the players. Eduardo Motta is in no rush to take this goal kick. He looks incredibly calm, almost no emotion. So he plays it out quickly towards Lazzari. Ball from Isaacson up towards Noslin. Can't control it, loses out. Pasalic has it and plays it back to Kusunu. Crossfield, short 5-yard pass to Ahanor. Trying to get past Dele Bashiru, and he runs into him and he wins a free kick. As Tijani Noslin thought he was away at the races there. But for the referee to blow his whistle. Free kick to Atalanta, just inside their half, and it's played sideways from left to right. It's now Raul Bellanova on the far side. Plays it back over the halfway line towards Mario Pasalic. Croatian playing it towards Jim City of Albania. Now Raspadori dropping deep to receive it. Plays it to Pasalic, and Raspadori continues his run upfield. De Ketelaere now has two sky blue shirts in front of him. Finds Pasalic. There's space on that far right-hand side. but Pasalic switches play as he looks to find Zappacosta. Excellent control to keep hold of the ball for Atalanta. Drives it infield, swings the crossover towards Bellanova, edge of the area, strikes it, it's cleared away. Nuno Tavares with a strong chest clearance as the ball rattles off of him and Bellanova can't keep it in. Throw into Lazio on the far side. And Lazio will breathe. A lot of the Lazio players moving incredibly slowly, soaking up and eating up minutes. Long throw forward towards Noslin. Long ball sent back forward though by Atalanta. Noslin will win it, tries to find Delibashiru, calls for a handball but the referee says no. Atalanta start again from Carnasecchi, plays it up towards Ahanor. He's got Zappacosta in front of him but opts to turn away and play it towards Ederson, who joins the back line. Back to Ahanor, up towards Zappacosta now, under pressure from Gustav Isaksson. Isaksson applies the press, realises that the press is no longer an option, peels off. Ederson in the centre of midfield finds Zappacosta. Forgive me, it's Raspadori who tries to switch play, does so excellently up towards Bellanova, controls it beautifully so that Atalanta can still retain possession as he gets past Cataldi. It's De Ketelaere in the centre of midfield, playing it forward towards Ahanor, up to Zappacosta on this left-hand side, cuts infield, feints to go back out, but comes inside, cross is headed away though. And Atalanta will come again. Here's the header away from Cataldi, two-time Coppa Italia winner with Lazio, back in 2012-13 and 18-19. And he's still here, hoping to add a third. Raspadori has it. Dancing feet. He's been nipped ever so slightly as he hobbles out of that. He does keep the ball and it's now with Kosunu on the far side. Plays it forward up towards Bellanova, seeing a lot of the ball on that right wing position. Pasalic chips it over the top. Bellanova stopped his run. So it's gone to Nuno Tavares. He's got to be careful here. He's under pressure from De Ketelaere. Does clear it eventually. And as far as Jim City, who heads it to Kosunu, gives it back to the Albanian, who can play it forward now to Pasalic. Lazio almost not applying any press other than Gustav Isaksson, who runs in towards Honest Ahanor. Crossfield ball towards Zappacosta. Chests it down to Raspadori. Raspadori hocks it over the top, but out for a throw. Lazio throw in. And Romagnoli has it, but he's been asked to go back a few yards. And in fact, Manuel Lazzardi will now take the throw in on this near side, right in front of the Atalanta bench. Referee just checks his watch. 114 minutes on the clock. Long ball over the top, up into the air from Isaksson to nobody, and Atalanta instead come away with it. It's now Pasalic who breaks forward. He's got Zappacosta out left, finds him. Zappacosta heads to the byline, pings in the cross, it's low, and it's cleared away, bounces, offered to Ketelaere. And now Kenneth Taylor can bring it forward to Isaksson. Surely a last throw of the dice, up forward towards Delibashiru as he gets level to the edge of the penalty area, hoping to find Isaksson beyond him. He does, towards the byline. Honest Ahanor does really well to box him out and to... In fact, the referee is going to give a free kick as Isaksson was trying to pull Ahanor away, but Ahanor was just too strong. Did really well to shield the ball there and to deny a corner or Lazio possession. Marco Carnasecchi is going to send this long. Last chance saloon for both of these sides, but it's Atalanta with possession. Long ball forward. Scamacca wins it, but a foul as he pushes Romagnoli to the ground. Lazio get it underway quickly. It's Tavares on the far side. Finds Cataldi and pass back was poor. But they can come again now and trip down. It's Pedro who is brought down. Instant yellow card from Scamacca. The referee had no hesitations there as the Spaniard was tripped far too fast for Scamacca, even at the sprightly ripe old age of 38. Left Gianluca Scamacca in his wake, and now this is a promising position. 25 yards out. Standing over it is Pedro and Tavares. Everyone's lined up just inside the penalty area. Lazio haven't committed too any far forward, but every Atalanta player is inside the penalty area. Everybody's waiting for the referee's whistle. Tavares sends it in. Header at the near post, but wide. Romagnoli was closest to it. Well, it was Romagnoli's touch at the corner that got them the goal, but he couldn't get the connection this time. If he has, that's goal bound. It's just wide. 3 minutes left to play in this one, and then it will be penalties. Unless there is a goal. Atalanta have had all the possession, they've had all the efforts on goal. This will really be chances rude if they don't get through this tie. Ahano up towards Raspadori, misses out to Isaacson, bounces fortuitously to Noslin, who can break forward, finds Taylor up to Pedri. Noslin doesn't retain possession, it's cleared, and now De Ketelaere tries to challenge Provoscar for it, and De Ketelaere does win it. It bounces off of a Lazio player for a throw-in. Ederson takes it quickly. It's now with Slick. Just seeing the total passes. Atalanta with 800 passes. Lazio with just 400, and that tells you the whole story, really. Rounding down here and there, but the story being that Atalanta have had all the possession, they've had all the chances, they've all the time on the ball that they need, but it is still Atalanta 1, Lazio 1. Flicked on for Bellanova down that far side. Cuts inside. Crosses with the right boot. Over everybody, but headed away by Lazio. Pedri looks to break forward. Sends it and hoiks it far down the line. Isaacson will give chase, but Zappacosta will get there first and cut it out. Plays it back to Carnesecchi. Now to Kusunu. Time is ticking. We enter the final minute of additional time. De Ketelaere has it. He's got two sky blue shirts in front of him. Can't squeeze between them. As Taylor now looks to break forward, and he does. He gets past two players, but he's muscled out. Bellanova does really well. Pasalic trying to get away. The referee is in front of him. Finds the pass. Misses out. Zappacosta was waiting for it to arrive. He misses out. And in fact, it's a cynical foul from Manuel Lazzari, who just almost rugby grabs from behind. Davide Zappacosta knew he was beaten there, just pulls him back cynically to stop the move. It does allow Atalanta a last roll of the dice. Seconds left in this. Giacomo Raspadori over the ball. Carnesecchi has not gone forward. Ball goes up towards the far post, headed back in towards Kusunu, headed back out towards Ederson now, and in fact the referee has blown his whistle. We're going to penalties here in Bergamo. Nothing can separate these two sides. It's 1-1 after extra time. Alessio Romagnoli and Mario Pasalic, the goal scorers for Lazio and Atalanta. Ederson and Raspadori had the ball in the back of the net for Atalanta. Both were ruled out. Romagnoli missed a golden chance at the death. Couldn't quite make connection from the free kick, and we will have penalties. How's your bottle? How's your composure? Who's going to be brave enough to stick their hand up and say yes for a penalty? Where will that moment of glory come from? Everybody's on the sidelines, taking on fluid, taking on instruction. For some, they're having a quiet moment with themselves, trying to gain composure. Key players on the field for both sides who will fancy their chances. Atalanta slightly more sprawled along their touchline, whereas Maurizio Sarri has really gathered everybody together. Lazio in a big huddle, giving instruction. Maybe the list has already been made, and it looks as if Pedro, with all his experience, is leading some of those discussions. And now Raffaele Palladino, the head coach of Atalanta, has gathered his side together. You will not want to go anywhere. You will miss out if you switch off now, and I implore you to not, because we've got a thrilling penalty shootout to come here in Bergamo. A place in the Coppa Italia final on the 13th of May awaits the winner. Inter Milan are already there. I'm sure they'll be watching this with keen interest as Lazio break from their huddle. Atalanta still in theirs, and Raffaele Palladino dismisses his side, sends them out. We'll have the coin toss to see which end the two sides will be shooting towards. So level after full time, level after additional time, as two captains embrace. It's Cataldi and Jim City who meet up with the referee for the coin toss, and I believe that Lazio won the first toss as to which end they'll be shooting, as they have the second coin toss, and it looks as if Lazio might be kicking first here. They'll be shooting, I believe, down to my right as I see it, and we talked about penalty saves. Marco Carnesecchi for Atalanta has saved 2 out of the 3 penalties that he's faced this season in Serie A, whereas Edoardo Motta, who is this is only his 7th appearance for Lazio, has already faced 1 penalty, and it was saved. That was against Bologna on the 22nd of March, as the referee now brings both goalkeepers together just to have a quiet word with them, pats them on the back, and off they go. Yes, Edoardo Motta, he's 21 years old. He's come in January. He's replaced Ivan Provedel due to his season-ending injury. And now he's facing the first penalty, as Giacomo Raspadori will kick things off in this shootout. Well, Giacomo Raspadori, also a January signing from Atletico Madrid. He's inviting the pressure. He will take the first penalty. This is it for a place in the finals. Raspadori against Motta. Big deep breath. Steps to his left. Trots, pauses, and strokes it into the bottom corner. Atalanta have the advantage. A really cool penalty. A stuttering run-up. A pause. See if there was a flinch, and Edoardo Motta diving the wrong way, which just allowed Raspadori to calmly stroke it into the bottom of the net. Now Nuno Tavares will come and take Lazio's first penalty. Tavares hasn't scored so far this season. Left-footed player, stands to his right. It's him against Carnesecchi. Stuttering run-up from Tavares. Strikes it and saved! Nuno Tavares has his shot saved. An excellent dive from Carnesecchi. Diving to his left, and a really strong palm away. It really is advantage Atalanta. Scamacca comes forward to take Atalanta's next penalty. Places the ball down. Eduardo Motta, in his all-pink kit, white gloves, white boots, stands there. Scamacca takes it quickly. Saved by Motta! Motta dives to his right. Punches it away. It was a short run-up from Scamacca. And brilliantly read by the young 21-year-old. Now stepping forward for Lazio. Danilo Cataldi, two-time Coppa Italia winner. Scored 3 goals already this season. Carnesecchi in all grey. He's even got grey leggings on under those socks. Cataldi, stuttering run-up, strikes it off the post. That's 2 penalties missed for Lazio. It was struck with venom and met the woodwork and pinged away, and Carnesecchi would be grateful that didn't come back and hit him on the back. Carnesecchi dove the right way, just out of his reach, and it bounced off of the post. But that's 2 missed penalties for Lazio. That's 3 missed penalties in a row that we've seen. And now Davide Zappacosta will come forward to take Atalanta's 3rd penalty. They lead 1-0. 3rd penalty now. Zappacosta, saved by Motta. It was almost down the middle. Not a good penalty. Didn't really have any direction on it. And as Motta dived, spread himself well, palmed it away. My goodness. We've seen 5 penalties taken place and only 1 has been scored. Now Gustav Isaksson to try and give Lazio a foothold in this penalty shootout. The Swede, he came on as a second half substitution. Scored 4 goals already this season. But can he give Lazio a way back into this tie? Marco Carnesecchi in goal, striding across the line. Adjusts the Alice band in his hair. This is not the moment to have a hair malfunction. Isaksson steps back. Left-footed strike. Buries it into the right-hand corner. Lazio on the score sheet. He jogs back to the halfway line, full of confidence. Gives a double-handed fist pump to his side, who will await him on the halfway line. So there it is. 1 penalty scored each. Coming forward now for Atalanta is Mario Pasalic. He's scored 4 goals in the Coppa Italia so far this season. He got them back level in this tie. It's going to be a right-footed shot. Motta stretching wide. Strikes and saves! Unbelievable! Eduardo Motta has saved 3 penalties in a row. A crucial, vital save. It was a poor penalty from Pasalic. He doesn't hit it cleanly. I think he scuffs the turf before he strikes it. Eduardo Motta, at 21 years of age, could be the hero this evening, as Kenneth Taylor steps up to take this penalty. Penalty number 4 for Lazio, to put them in the driving seat. Big exhale. He's standing directly behind the ball, a few paces away. Now trots to his right. It's going to be a left-footed shot. And he takes it and buries it. Marco Carnesecchi dives the wrong way. advantage, Lazio, as we approach Atalanta's 5th penalty. They must score. They simply must score. And it is Charles de Ketelaere who will take it. And are we about to see something truly extraordinary? Will we see 4 saved penalties in a row? Eduardo Motta has done a fantastic job, but Charles de Ketelaere now steps back. It's going to be a left-footed strike. And he does, and it is saved! Eduardo Motta has become the hero and sends Lazio through to the Coppa Italia semi-finals with 4 saved penalties in a row. You cannot believe this. Atalanta have gone out on penalties, but the real story, Eduardo Motta, with 4 saved penalties in this penalty shootout. It sends Maurizio Sarri's Lazio into the final, where they will go on to play Inter Milan in the 13th of May down at the Stadio Olimpico. It will feel like a home final for them. And everybody of Lazio persuasion is embracing Eduardo Motta. In fact, they're picking him up, they're throwing him in the air. They cannot believe this. On only his 7th appearance, has really come up with a mature performance in this penalty shootout. He's saved 1 penalty that he's faced in the Serie A so far this season, but he's now just saved 4 in a row. Well, they say diamonds are formed under pressure. I think Eduardo Motta's got enough diamonds to open a jewellery shop after this. Unbelievable. He doesn't even celebrate up, just lifts one hand in the air, turns to the Lazio fans and waits for his team to smother him. They lift him up in the air. Commiserations for Atalanta as they crash out. You cannot believe it. Well, that is it here in Bergamo. It finished 1-1 on the night, 3-3 across the 2 ties. But the hero of the night, Eduardo Motta, as it went to penalty shootouts, Lazio win 2-1 on penalties. Thank you so much for joining us for this second leg of the Coppa Italia semi-finals. Lazio will go on to face Inter Milan on the 13th of May. Lazio overcoming Atalanta on penalties. I've been Ben Hayes, your commentator. It's been a pleasure to call this one for you. Thank you and good night.